Welcome to All About Articulation, where we do a deeper dive into the articulation of some of your favorite action figures while glossing over things like sculpt, paint apps, character history, accessories, because I suck at that, and there are already so many great reviews on YouTube who do that already, so I don't want to waste your time. And time is a terrible thing to waste. Okay, today, and once again, this wave or batch of reviews I'm doing, I'm just banging out quick reviews, one after the other. I did the Abomination, I just did Azrael, I'm gonna do Joker next. But this one, it's the White Knight. This review, I'm doing Mcfarlane Toys, DC Multiverse, White Knight Batman. All right? And also, I'm trying a little bit something new with the camera. It's more of like a body cam type of thing. I got it mounted to my chest here, so I can sort of move around with it, and I can like kind of direct the camera and go where I want it to go without having to take my hands off of the figure. I hope it doesn't lead to nausea, because there might be too much movement. If you guys like it, let me know. If you guys don't like it and rather have a stationary camera, let me know. All right? I'm just doing it so I can hopefully come up with some better angles for your viewing pleasure. So right off the bat, a couple of quick thoughts on the White Knight, Mcfarlane Toys White Knight Batman. I like this figure, man. I really like this figure. I think it's a really cool design. It's like you took the animated series Batman and kind of like a comic book Batman, and it had a baby, and it came out to be this White Knight. He's kind of cartoony looking, right? I mean, he's got like these weird kind of, I don't know, exaggerated proportions. He's got like a really thick, big chest, big hulking arms. His face is a kind of, like, I don't want to say anime, but like cartoony, but he's got like these really thin legs. It's very cartoony, but it works. I never even read, I bought it. I have the White Knight comic, graphic novel. I've been meaning to read it. I still haven't gotten a chance to come out of reading it. But this design, I saw the promos for this, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta get this guy. And for $20, why not? If you have $20 to blow, and you just want a really cool, solid looking, solid feeling, quality, 7-inch scale Batman figure, I mean, you can't go wrong with this guy. And he just fits so perfectly with Azrael over here, And I check out the review I did of him. It should be somewhere on my channel. So those are my initial thoughts. Really like this figure, and he feels really well in hand. Alrighty, he doesn't come with much. He comes with a grappling, his gun, and he comes with like this long rope thing that's stupid and I never use. So that's gonna be stuck in the bottom of a shoebox somewhere. Alright, let's give you a little bit of a height measurement. He stands just under 7 inches. He's about 6 and 6.9. I don't even know what to call that, but he's just under 7 inches tall. He is a little bit shorter than Azrael, who is supposedly 6'4" according to the card that he came with, and Batman is 6'2", 6'3". So in terms of these two guys, they scale really well. But in terms of the Joker, who I admit is not part of this White Knight story, this White Knight wave, but it's still Mcfarlane Toys, so it should be kind of, it should be in proportion to each other, right? Well, Joker, as you can see, is much taller, or so I thought, because if you look at Joker's hair, let me lean down a little bit. If you look at Joker's hair, it's definitely above Batman's cowl, right? But then if you turn them around and you have them face to face, that over. Batman, at eye level, he's taller than Joker's eye level. So, I know height is measured by the top of the head, and if you measure, I guess if you consider, if you gave Joker a haircut, the top of his head might be at best, top of head to top of the head, they might be equal. You add in the hair, Joker's got the edge. But if you look at eye line, like if they have to stare at each other, like if this was like a boxing or an MMA stare down, Batman's looking down. Batman's looking down at Joker. So in that sense, I'm still not gonna say Batman's taller, but he does look down at the Joker. That's all I'm saying. He looks down at the Joker. Okay. All right. Let's put Joker back here. There you go. Alright, try not to do too much movement because I'm going to give you poor viewers at home nausea. Alright, let's go over the articulation. So, let's start with the head, alright? There's not that much head and neck articulation. There's no neck articulation. The neck is just a solid piece. And then you have this very typical Mcfarlane double ball joint. So you can articulate the head here, articulate it at the neck, and then you could articulate it at the head. So he does get decent range. No, that's good. I'm gonna say that's pretty good. He can look up. Batman needs to look up to see his bat signal, and he can do just that without accessing his ab crunch, or his back extension rather. So he can look straight ahead like that, and then he can look up like that. Good, I like it. Looking down, good, I like it. I like it. He's got this collar that I thought looked really cool. I really like this design, man. I really, really, really like the White Knight design. The cape does kind of drape over his shoulders, but it doesn't get in the way. This material is really, really soft, which is much appreciated by an articulation maniac like me, because it could just, without much effort, you just push it as you articulate the shoulders up. The cape just goes along for the ride. It doesn't really fight you, you know. I thought about maybe taking like an X-Acto knife and just cutting along that. What do you call it? Where is that? That seam right there, and cutting down here, just so that you can see, just so that his elbow, the rounds of his elbows are exposed. But then I thought, why bother? This cape is so soft, it doesn't really get in the way. Like if he needs to do a hot tub pose, he can hit it. You know? And if you want, you can just kind of peel back the cape because it's so soft. There you go. There's Batman sitting in a hot tub. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? All right. Typical ball joint. It's got a butterfly mobility, but it's not a true butterfly joint. Only single jointed elbows, like Azrael in the back there. Only single elbow, but it hits 90, so I'm not gonna complain. As long as you get 90, I'll keep my my bitching to myself. Typical Mcfarlane wrists, which is the double pegs with the hinge and the swivel, so you can articulate in all directions. He only comes with two hands, no change of hands. So one is a closed fist, one is for trigger gun or trigger finger for his grappling gun. If I can get it in there, you know. And he comes with a little hook on the side here that you can put it right in, but it doesn't stay very flush. So any sort of movement, and this is going to come right off. Doesn't really have a use unless you maybe, you know, mess around with it. Typical Mcfarlane hip joints. He goes all the way down. He can do a very, very pretty Van Damme. He's got good ankle pivot, so he can do his Van Damme, and his Glenn Webb is almost exact. Look at that. That is some beautiful split motion there. Double jointed knees that he can almost kick his own butt. When if you look at those spiky things, he can probably spike it. He's got toe articulation, love it, and his ab articulation. He's got 2 points of articulation. One of the mid upper abdominals and one of the lower abdominals. So he can twist, he can swivel, he could crunch down just a little bit, but most of the crunch motion is because of the lower. The upper crunch part is hindered by that piece of plastic there, so he can't really bend his abs at the upper abs too much, but he could extend his back really well. I don't know why companies do that. They put so much range into the backwards extension, but not barely ever any into the ab crunch. It's like, why? Why is that? Why don't you, like, do I have to do this? No, same thing. Anyway, okay. But all in all, he's a great figure, and he feels great in the hand, and he can hit so many motions, and he just looks like a badass Batman, right? Look at that face. Look at that square jaw. Look at that chin. My goodness. This is Batman.